Okay, today's lesson is on solving systems using substitution. Okay, in the first one it says if x equals 6, then what would 3x plus 7 be? So what you need to do is if x is 6, you need to take the 6 and substitute it in for x right here. 3x means 3 times x, so you're going to do 3 times 6 plus 7. 3 times 6 would be 18. 18 plus 7 would be 25. Okay, so this is just a very basic introduction. This is not what we're doing. It's more involved, but this is the concept of what we're doing. All right, so you get 25. So let's look at number 2. If y is 2, then what would 6 minus 4y be? So if y is 2, we're going to plug in a 2 here. So we're going to write 6 minus 4y means 4 times y. So if y is 2, we're going to do 4 times 2. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 6 minus 8, which would be negative 2. Very good. Okay, good so far? All right. Number 3. Now we have 2 variables, so you want to make sure you plug them in for the correct one. If x is 3, we're going to put 3 here. Y is negative 1, so that goes here. So 3 times 3 plus 2 times negative 1. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2 times negative 1, negative 2. 9 plus negative 2, 7. Okay, still real basic. Now, same thing. X is negative 4. We plug that in. Y is 5. So a negative 2 times a negative 4 plus 7 times 5. Negative 2 times negative 4? 8 plus 35 is 43. Okay, so you get the whole idea and remember how to substitute. Okay, whatever the variable is being set equal to, that's the number you can replace it with. We take the x out, we put in this number. Okay, all right, so let's make this a little bit more involved. If x is 2y, what would 3x plus 4y be? So x is 2y. We're still going to put that in place for the x. So we have the 3, and then in place of the x, we're going to put 2y plus 4y. Okay? Now, because there's still a variable in here, what we're really doing is just simplifying this. Okay? So 3 times 2y would be 6y plus, don't forget your 4y. 6y and 4y, because they are like terms, can be added together, combined, and you would get 10y. And that would be your answer. That would be your simplest form. Okay. Here, y is negative 4x. So in place for y, we're going to put negative 4x. So we have 3x plus 4, and then in place of y, negative 4x. 3x comes down, plus 4 times negative 4x is negative 16x. They are like terms because they both have the variable x. So 3x plus negative 16x, negative 13x. Sorry about my pen there. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay. All right. Now, remember from yesterday when we did our graphing, there were 3 possible answers you could get. If when you graphed your 2 equations, they intersected, you got an ordered pair for your solution. If when you graphed your 2 equations, they were parallel, that meant they were never going to intersect, so therefore there was no solution. If when you graphed your lines, it was the same line, it was infinitely many solutions, or all real solutions. Okay, so the same 3 types of answers are going to be possible for today. All right, so we're going to, if x is, here's 2 equations, x equal to 6 and 2x plus y equals 4. We could graph both of those equations and see where they cross, or if they cross, and get an answer just like we did yesterday. But today we're going to use substitution instead. You're still trying to come up with the same type of an answer. We're still trying to find the solution to this system. There's 2 equations, so that's a system. But we're not going to use graphing. So if x is 6, we're going to plug this in for x. So we're going to do 2 parentheses 6 plus y equals 4. 2 times 6 is 12 plus y equals 4. What do you think we need to do to solve this?
Subtract 12.
Good. Subtract 12 on both sides. When you do, you get y equals 4 minus 12, negative 8. Now, don't stop, okay? We know y is negative 8, and guess what? We were given x from the beginning. So write your ordered pair. That would be 6, because x comes first, comma, negative 8. If you graph those two equations, they will intersect at 6, negative 8. What that means is, for both of these equations, when x is 6, this equation is true. See? 6 equal to the 6. Okay, great. And if you plugged in a 6 here and a negative 8 here, it's going to equal 4. So it makes both equations true. Okay? So we're still trying to come up with the same, we're doing the same thing, we're just using a different type of work. We're not graphing today. Okay? All right, let's do another one. So y equals negative 3. So we're going to plug that in right here. So we have 3x, you tell me now, plus
2 times negative 3 equals 9.
Good. Hopefully the person watching this video on the other end can hear you guys. Okay, so we're going to bring down 3x and then what? Minus 6 or plus negative 6, either way. Okay. Next step.
Add 6.
Okay. Bring down the 3x equals 15. Last step.
Divide by 3.
Good.
You get 5. X equals 5.
Okay. Now, do we just stop and say, great, x is 5?
No.
We want to know what the solution to the system is, meaning what is the x and the y? What is the ordered pair? So what would the answer be?
5, negative 3.
Good. 5, negative 3. There you go. We're good, right? This is not hard. This really isn't. Okay, if you're good at solving equations, you should be good. All right, number 9. X is 4y. So in place of x, we're going to put 4y. So loudly write and read what we're going to put.
2 times 4y plus 3y equals 33.
Very good. That sounded fantastic. All right, first step here. Multiply what?
2 and 4y.
What would that be?
8y.
Okay.
Plus 3y equals 33.
Okay. Then we can, what's that called?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. Very good. 8y and 3y.
11y equals 33.
11y equals 33. Last step.
Divide by 11.
So y equals
3.
3. Okay. So we know our answer is going to be written as an ordered pair. The 3 is going to go where?
Last.
Last. Okay. What's my x?
4.
8.
Yes. Yes, x is 12. X is not 4. X is 4y. If x is, whoops, I messed up, is 4y and y is 3, then 4 times 3 is 12. Sometimes you have to go back to the beginning and do an extra little bit of work there. Okay? That's about as hard as it gets for the most part. Okay, number 10, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, y is negative 2x, so that goes in for y. Be careful, make sure you plug it in for the correct variable. Don't put it in for x if you're supposed to be substituting for y. All right, so 5x plus 2 times
2x.
negative 2x equals 7. So 5x,
Minus 4.
Negative 4x.
so we can just put minus 4x, right? Equals,
7.
oh, nice. 5x minus 4x,
1x.
or just x, equals 7. Okay, so where do I put the 7?
First.
The first place, which is where the x coordinate goes. All right, so if x is 7,
Y is negative 14.
negative 2 times 7 would be negative 14. Very good. Very good. I feel like you're really getting the hang of this and doing well. And I hope you feel that way. Okay. Number 11. Ooh. Yeah, it's a little bit more, but still the same idea. We're going to plug this in for what? Y equals that, so plug it in for y. So negative 3x plus what?
3x plus 2 equals 2.
Okay. Combine like terms.
Would be just
Zero.
These are just going to make 0, so you have 2 equal to 2. Is 2 equal to 2?
Yes.
So which one of those other two options could it be? If it's not an ordered pair,
It's
all
real numbers.
All real numbers.
either all real numbers or infinitely many solutions, either one is good.
So when they equal to they're IMS.
When they're the same, it's IMS. If it's at 2 equal to 7, well, 2 is not equal to 7. That would be no solution. Those would be the parallel lines. Remember? Okay. This is the one where, look here, guys. If you were to take this right here and solve it for y, wouldn't you add 3x over to this side and have 3x plus 2, which is exactly what you have there? It's the same equation. Okay? All right. Number 12. Given the system, find the value of x in the solution. So, basically, they want us to solve this system, but all they want is the x. They don't want, if you get an ordered pair, they don't want the ordered pair, they only want the x. So you have to pay attention to the directions. If it says solve the system, then we want the x and the y. If it says just find the x or just find the y, then that's what we want. Now you might end up finding them both, but then for your answer, just put the one that's being asked. Okay? So, if x is this, we're going to plug this in for x. So we have 2 parentheses, 2 minus 3y plus 4y equals 0. Distributive property, 2 times 2,
4.
2 times negative 3y,
Negative 6y.
bring down the plus 4y equals 0. Combine like terms, so bring down this 4 for right now.
So 2 minus 2, no, plus 2.
It's going to be minus negative 6 and a positive 4 is a negative 2y. Okay? Now, solving for y, we need to get rid of
The negative 2.
the 4.
Subtract 4.
Yes, that's a positive 4, so we're going to subtract 4 on both sides. 4 minus 4 is 0. Negative 2y equals negative 4. Divide by negative 2. And y equals
2.
2. Now let's go back to the directions. If the directions said find the value of y, we'd be done, but it doesn't. It says find the value of x. So since we know what y is, we can find x. Remember, x is equal to 2 minus 3y, right? So we know y now. Y is 2. So 2 minus 3 times 2. 2 minus 6, which is negative 4. So x equals negative 4 is what your answer is. Okay, remember, after you find the first variable, you may have to go back up here and plug it in because they may not have just given you x equals 5 or x equals 7 or x equals 1. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay. All right, 13. It's the same type of thing. Okay, we're solving for y. Now look here. Y is solved and x is solved. I mean, it's by itself. So if we want to find y, do you think we should take 2x plus 4 and plug it in for y, or do you think we should take y minus 5 and plug it in for x? Yeah, if we want to find y, we want to leave y alone. So my suggestion, you could do it either way. You just have more work if you do it the other way. Let's plug y minus 5 in here for x so that we still have y equals, because that's what we want, right? So then we have 2 parentheses y minus 5 parentheses plus 4. Y equals, distribute.
2y minus 10.
Okay, combine like terms over here. So we have y equals 2y minus 6. Good. Now, we have variables on both sides. Typically, I told you to get rid of the one with the smaller coefficient. But if we do that, we won't have anything up here. Now, we can put a 0, and that would be okay. But I would just, you can really get rid of either one. So let's get rid of this 2y by subtracting 2y. So then we have a negative 1y, or a negative y, equals negative 6. But we don't want a negative y. Divide by negative 1, and y is 6. Very good. Very good.